Yeah, guys, appreciate people tuning in and such. Okay, so on particle grid, we create an X and Y and Z. We want to scale that by, so if our screen size is 1200 and our grid size is size 4, then we need to say total grid span equals grid size plus 2. I'm gonna take half the grid size and split it up on both sides. So let's think about this. So if our screen size is 1200 and we've got 4 points, we're gonna say grid offset equals so grid buffer equals grid size divided by 2. So what we're doing is we're saying grid offset equals grid buffer divided by 2. So what we're doing is if our screen size is 1200, so there's a lot of ways we could do this. There's more than one ways, but let's just say we have a screen size of 1200. Right now we have 4 points, and those 4 points will be at 0, 1, 2, and 3. Which does us no good. If we divided 1200 by 4, then we would get the subdivisions like actually like such. Because we'd have 0, 1, 2, and 3. We don't want that. We want to make it actually half the size of the screen. And then we want to offset 1/2 of this and move this set to this side. So to do that, our grid size is 4. Our grid buffer, let's just say half screen. We did these wrong. Is half the screen size. Total grid span is half the screen, but we're not doing it like that. So we have half the screen, which is this. We can say grid width equals half the screen value divided by 2. Half the screen divided by the grid size. So this tells us how big a cell is now. But we can call this, what would we call this? Let's just call this spacing. Node spacing. And then this grid offset is this half a value here. So how we use this is we go into our grid and then we say grid size equals that. So then we can replace all of these. Okay. And then we get a cell size. Now here's the thing that we have to consider. If we move this guy, let's just assume we move this spacing to this side. So we create a grid buffer like this all the way around the screen. We'll actually only have to do these two. Assume that we want the center to be in 0. And we want this to be at 0 as well. We will offset the entirety of this. So we either have to, like if we wanted this to be 0, 0, 0, then we have to offset half of the screen dimension in all XYZ coordinates. We don't have to do that here though. We can actually just assume that all of this is at 0, 0, 0. And then when we do our XYZ draws, I don't know why I would say X and Y. That's from the old code. How do we want to do this? Because in all reality, we want this to be -1 and this to be +1. I think the first thing we need to do actually, let's just say that, let's go back here and define the grid size as 2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to draw one single cube here. We are going to want to add an MVP, model view projection matrix. I wonder if there is a Pygame MVP 3D. Apparently, there are actually a lot of 3D games and stuff done. I wonder how this guy did it. Let's go look at Codetronics. Okay, we're not doing that. So we could reinvent the wheel, or we can just try to do it like this. Let's say the grid size. So when we create the X, we want to offset the grid size. We're going to create a lambda scale. Look at that. It already figured out what we wanted to do. So we multiply this value by our node spacing, which would be 0 for the first one, and then the second one will be that subdivision amount for this. In this case, it should just be 2. And then we just add that grid offset to it, and that's all we should have to do. And screen size has no value. And I don't know why it's not working, but we're not hitting print, I don't think. I'll be right back. Man alive. Just realized yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it was already there. I can't believe they didn't give it like this windowing system doesn't have Doesn't have the ability to grab the window and move your position. Let's see how good we are with our ASCII code. So, first of all, let us change color? Okay. It's pretty close, except we need this one over here. And it needs to be brighter, so like... Hmm. 4, C, and F. That's pretty close. I'm okay with that, actually. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it does need to be on this side. And then this one needs to be like that color. Hmm. I wonder... Etymology for the word team. Bridle. To lead. Do we put it on the back? Should we put it on the back is the question. I mean, that would be pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. We can't do it though. I can't bring myself to do it. I mean, it definitely make people walk up and ask what the deal is. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know how to go back though. Like, how do we? I want to let me like. Oh, there it is. Okay, save product. There we go. Takes a while for these images to generate. It really is like one of the best. So I think Shopify and Printify are two of the best uh, service providers on the internet. Right there with AWS for sure. There we go. Hmm. Want to edit this one? We're gonna take this off the back. Oh, why did I do that? And create one more t-shirt. How do we? There we go. Move it to the back. I almost want to take this picture. Wish they had a tool to like change the colors and stuff because I want to take it off of here and put it on a different color. Holy cow. Oh, dang it. I do not want to select them all. I don't want them all. These are horrible designs. I could rock the FDR though, just by itself. But we do have to make this black. I wish I could do away with like the way the white was done. Maybe we go back. Okay, it won't let us. Oh, damn it. And it just redid all that. I'm not very good at this, obviously. Not good at this. Yeah. We're gonna have to use the black. Well, let's go back to, Roosevelt. Yeah, that is the best picture. And then we want to remove the background, but like... Damn, can I, damn it. I understand the problem here. Can't guarantee I understand the assignment though. There we go. Let's see if we can steal this shit. I really would like to give the artist credit though. Find a way to pay him. It's just stupid that the background removal does not work properly. New layer. Okay, and then we go to color, and we say color to alpha, and then we get rid of all of it. Or we magic select all the white. And we get rid of parts of it. And then we go bigger brush, way softer, feather out these edges. Then we select by alpha. No. There is a way to select all of these white areas. A better way would be to just move all of it. And then on a new layer, we can just fill in this gray area that we want. See it? I don't know if this counts as stealing when I'm having to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Then if we erase it and go up in big size, smooth this out. Then we can go a bit like this and give them a little bit of glow. And we can even give a little bit of color. And we can go and do just a little bit of blue in here. We can do a little bit of red in here. Let's make this smaller and lighter and then go. And then let's do gold. Very subtle. And then let's just do a little bit of a soft blur, right? Like lighten them up a little bit. Then if we go image, canvas size, and we bring the width way down, center it. Then for this layer, we go to blur, focus blur. I'm okay with that. Let's export as Rosie. Let's get rid of this guy since he doesn't want to work the way we want him to. Let's import Rosie now. That turned out pretty cool, if I do say so myself. colors. Let's put this guy in the back. Change this color to black. Oh. So the navy one obviously does not work. Oh, I just realized you can make specific designs for different colors. That's cool. The light blue works. That's cool. Not tropical blue. No. What about light pink? Kiwi looks cool. I think we'll do that one. I mean, all of these look cool to me, I think. Oh, I didn't know we had color spot. Oh, we don't. We will make that one the default. We want this one to be the default though. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I still didn't make the shirt design I wanted to. I've done made like 3 of them so far. I didn't want to go back to this one either. I wanted to edit this one. I want to take that picture off. We'll show... No. This guy. I think maybe the spacing's too far apart. We'll just show the shirt. We don't have to show no people. We'll edit the design though, because I think the spacing's too far apart on these. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I did that. Invent the future. We should invent the future, I think. But then again, that's why I put together the shirt design, because I think we should invent the future. Still did not make the dang shirt design I wanted to make though. I wanted to make just a simple shirt design that just says big stick. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Maybe we put one more under it. Maybe we do studio. There we go. Now, if we could, wish they had a way to like duplicate the layer. I don't want to just put it under it like that, although it wouldn't look bad with a line under it. What we'll do is we'll just add another one. It'll be the same thing, except this one will be 110 and white. This one will be 110 and black. And then this one will go right in front of and under the other. Big Stick Studio. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't even like that either. Maybe if we made it smaller though. Make this one 90 as well. And then we'll add one more that will also say studio, but this one will be black. Maybe if we do something like this. Kind of like jumps off, but god dang, I can't get this zoom thing right. I don't like it. I do like it, but I don't like it. This just ain't it. It ain't this. I mean, this ain't it. Maybe about like that. What if we have different colors? Because we're not going to wear white. Gray's alright, but nah, that ain't it either. I like black, but I want something non-black. Like, these should stand out. Green, stuff you haven't seen before. I mean, stuff you don't see people wear all the time. Light blue. We're not doing light pink. I would like to actually... Let's go back to GIMP. New tab. I'm just going to put new layer. Can we take this font can we move it back about like that. And then here's the trick. Put it right in the middle, if we can get it in the middle. There we go. This one goes to a new layer. When we alpha this one, we move it back this way. Actually, alpha this one. No, we do alpha this one. Let's figure out how to get it exactly where it's supposed to be. So right there, this goes this one needs to go to a new layer. So when we paste it again, now this one goes to a new layer. And what we're doing is we alpha this one, we will turn it into this like gray color. We can even lighten it up a little bit. And then we can lighten it up a little more. And then we can take this one. And then when we do this one, alpha to selection, nope, this one, we will go back darker. And we're actually going to use a blue. And then let's there we go. Then we will merge all of these down. Go ahead and select any gaps, even if it takes some time by hand. We don't want to have any gaps in our thingy thing here. Our thingy thing. We need to add in these sections that are missing. Gotta take the time to do it right, you know what I'm saying? Fill in these gaps. So this gap, shit. This gap and that gap are two separate things. And these are a few of my favorite things. Do 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 do. These are a few of my favorite things. Win some and lose some, and then you will do some. I hope you're not dumb, but if you vote for Newsom, I don't know what to tell you, 'cause I'm just here. I don't understand why some of you are queer. These are a few of my favorite things. Pick that color. There you go. Now paint this crap that color. There you go. And that crap. That crap. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Keeps opening back here. Watch this thing not turn out how we want it at all. Merge down, alpha to selection. And then I'm gonna take this whole thing, I'm gonna turn it black. I want to take and do a light black right there. Then we want to go through here with the white. The white around your mouth, bitch. Oh, no, that was lame as hell. That's kind of dope. I think that's what we want. That's what we want right there. We're gonna merge it down. Merge it down. Pound town. We actually do one thing I did want to do. I want to make this thing black, more black. Pound down. Just like that. Boom. Then we'll export as... Nope. We gotta go to image, canvas size. Bring this sucker down. Pound town. I don't care if it's perfect. It ain't gotta be perfect. Big stick, sucker. Export that sucker. We'll say Rosie. And then we'll get rid of... Oh, we were using these actually for our model if we ever get this thing to work. Dang, that's like a world of difference. I don't know where to put it. Maybe I just don't put it on there. Maybe we just make this as big as we can. Pound Town, take it Pound Town. It looks like you could go buy this sucker on our store right now, I guess, huh? We're gonna put one on there. He could be Thomas for all I know. I guess I could have been racist. This is the big stick. T. Look at that. $15. We gotta do something about that. It's gotta at least be $19.99, bro. Tell y'all what, I'll do it for $17.99. But look here, by the time you get down here to fat people, look at that, 5XL. We're almost losing money. I didn't even know they made 5XL shirts. If y'all are 5XL, shout out to you. Alright, that's not even what we were wanting to do, but it's there. We want to draw these points on our screen. So, that's what we're going to come back to. Why x equals scalar x we should actually be able to like use like NumPy and matrix logic. Let's see. Let me look this up. Because there's a faster way to do this, actually. Which, I don't know if this thing will work. My computer just froze, I think. Maybe not. Check. Okay. I found a way to do it in NumPy, but yeah, I don't know. I think we're just gonna stick to what we've got if it'll work. I wonder why it's hanging. We need logging. We might be hitting a loop forever too. Let's just start Pygame test. Print. Starting Pygame test. Starting fragment test. Grid. Print. Jeez, oh, I can't type. Creating grid. That's fine. We create the grid. That's our node. We go to run. While true. Main loop. Print. Running engine. Okay. So we hit this loop. Are we doing anything in our function? We're not calling draw nodes. So that's what we need to do. Let's move this here. Let's move this here. And then we'll define our main loop here. Let's say engine equals engine. And give it this grid. Let's actually say grid equals grid. And then we'll pass the grid in there. And then I've got these things out of order. I'm struggling mentally because the way I built these other models, the engine actually sits inside of it. Like, we're gonna break a lot of things if we take the nodes out of the engine. But the only thing we'll break here is the actual draw nodes function. I'm okay breaking that. Those things should live somewhere else. The engine should simply handle the graphics, I think. Because the grid has a draw nodes function. So if we define the main loop, yeah, let's move these here actually. I know this is like a little bit redundant or stupid. But we can say engine run grid draw nodes. That's how we do that. And then here we just say main loop. I guess it doesn't matter where we put it. We've just gone back and forth like 5 times. Yeah, it doesn't take grid anymore. Missing one. Positional screen. Nested loop equals grid dot draw nodes. We gotta pass the screen to the nodes in order for the nodes to. Fun times. Draw nodes missing one. Yeah, it's not supposed to have. Node draw shouldn't have a circle radius. Self radius equals, we'll add a settings dot node size value. It's self dot radius, and then from settings import settings, and then we'll have to go here and add a node size. Okay. So I think if we do that, we'll have to clean ourselves up. Broke all this. Python fragment test. There we go. Node from color intensity. We do not have that. Let's just say define from node intensity, and then we will say return color lerp black fill, white fill intensity. So if we have a higher intensity, thought for sure we'd have a color value. How are we returning a tuple? Oh, it actually returns a tuple. Shouldn't it return a color? And it should return a tuple. I mean, it should take a tuple in. Okay. Tuple has no attribute color. Okay, I guess we just won't use a tuple. Node has no position. You're right, it does not have a position. So we define a position function, and it will return our x, y, and z value. Must be a pair of numbers. To do build a blit. Method that will translate from xyz to x and y. Running engine. Oh, where do we do, So why is it not? We're missing an important part of our step. Let's see. Activate. Actualize. We're missing something. Construct 3D mesh. Yeah, we've already got those. We've got so much code written for this project already, it's stupid. Like, I've been avoiding... I've got all of these things, like... This is actually generated from our code. So is this. We've got things for superposition, angular phase, waveforms. So let's try that. Let's try to go into our fragment test, and then in our run function, we will say self.screen.blit background. Oh, you know what? I feel so stupid. We're on full screen. I'm sitting here looking for a bug. It won't show when we're on full screen. Hey, look at that. We've got a point. Let's figure out when we draw our nodes, when we go to our node draw function. Our default intensity is going to be 5. Our setting background color, actually background color is defined in the colors of the engine. Let's close this guy. Let's clean some of this up. Shit, fire. What are we doing? Not that one. There's so many. I should have started over. I should have started a clean, fresh project. I mean, I did in another folder, but so when we run our nested loop and we draw our nodes, self.background, where are we getting the background from? Pygame, surface, good size. We're doing this for no reason. There's not a good reason to do this. Just so you know, when the screen size is the screen size, it's the same thing. White background. We're gonna use a black fill. Let's see. There we go. Now we've got some backgrounds. We've got some dots. I wonder if in our fragment test, when we create our grid, we iterate through the grid size. We could say total nodes, this grid cubed. No, we can't do that now. Shit. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the S in front of these. I did not scale those. Look at that. Boom. Okay, our math's a little off, but the logic's sound. What happens if we move this to 3? Boom. Look at that. We got points. So, half screen, grid offset should be half the screen. Grid size. I'm really not understanding what's going on because the screen size should be 1200. Then half the screen would be 600. If we took half the screen and divided it by the grid size, that should give us the space between it, but it's grid size -1. Look at that. There we go. Look at there. Make it 10. Boom. That's fucking cool. Look at that. Now if we can just get the mouse to move in 3D. So let's see if we can go in our engine now, and in our event loop, while true, if video is resized, do we have, I don't think we ever got that to work. Yeah. That didn't work the way that I thought it should. I know that we're gonna need, to pull this stuff out. Because I know that we're going to have to, move all this out. We're gonna have to add something to our engine. We're gonna have to add a mouse. I've actually done this before, so here we go. And then here we just say from color, import color. From engine, import engine, and then everything should be fine, except for the fact that we just broke this by adding resizable to it. Yeah. Now, can we find, let's see, where's a Python project that I did? Let's look here. Let's go to another screen. I'll make this bigger for y'all. Mine repos. Z repos. Personal. The tower defense concept had a really nice. Let's just look here though. Tree DL2. We're gonna go down. We're gonna look at 2 directories deep. So 3D Pygame doesn't have much. It does have a camera though. We're gonna just open code here. There we go. So let's look at this camera class. So we actually used GL to implement quaternions. Let's see if this one works. CD 3D Pygame Python main. So this one actually it had problems, obviously. I couldn't quite get left and right to work properly. So that's not the one we want. That is pretty cool though, but so CD TD concept, Pathfinder, see what happens here. So this one did have zoom in, zoom out feature. We could move it up and down a little. This one was not complete. What about this one? Float object cannot be presented as an So this one was cool. I think this is enough of a camera class we could start with. I didn't get resizable working here either, apparently. This is one of my favorite programs that I wrote. This is it generates a map. Then it crawls every step of the map and interpolates the color based on how many steps that it's taken in comparison to the total number of steps it could take. So yeah, this one's pretty cool too. I think that we've got one more though. Let's just look at this camera. See what we can salvage from here. Let's make a new camera.py. We're going to say class camera. Not sure why I would draw a rectangle. I do know that we need to take window dimensions, and then we need an X, Y, and Z. And then we're gonna say, actually, I don't know if we do need the window, the screen height. Let's just assume that we don't. So we do need to keep up with previous frames. This is a concept a lot of people don't get in programming. Tempted to make it make it to where we're always looking at a node in the graph. But I don't know if I want to do that. I'm trying to keep this thing relatively simple, even though it's going to be very complex. That's why I want to keep it simple. Position. We're not going to make like a full first person shooter type. Well, we are going to make that type of camera and control system, but you won't be able to lean any type of way or roll, which makes things way harder than you would expect. So, current position. So we're going to use degrees. So when we define look up, so we're going to say look XYZ. So we're going to define sanitize lambda, where if x is how can we do this? X modulus 360. And really we're just going to say n actually. Really we should say t because t would represent some angle. So if this goes over 360, it'll drop back down to 0, and if it goes under 360, it'll start back at 360. So we're also going to define a mouse actually. Yeah, so all this is going to do is it's just going to calculate the offset of the mouse. It's going to take our x minus our previous x and update what that difference in x and y are. And then, yeah. So then when we move the mouse, you can see we're doing it here. That's what this does. We were actually keeping track of previous mouse XY because these are world positions. So self mouse. So in our engine, let's see what we did here. Let's see what we did in this function. So, because I know this is small for some of y'all. We update the user interface, and then we update camera renders the game. The render does the update. Well, that's interesting. So if the mouse presses 1 or 2, then that moves. Oh, this gets tricky. I'm actually gonna have to take a break before I do this because my mind cannot handle it. This gets hard because if you want to move, if you're at 0, if you're at 0, 0. Oh shit, where'd it go? I'm actually gonna have to hop off here. I can't do no more. Appreciate y'all.